Who is this man? Somebody come get their mans. Mm-hmm. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Hiro. This is Coding with Strangers, and I have indigestion. Excuse me. Okay, look. There's a lot that I admit to not knowing. But something that I always know for sure is somebody who doesn't know how to just shut the hell up. You feel me? I've always told myself, show me a person who just doesn't follow the rule of shutting the fuck up, and I'll show you somebody who's going to lose a lot of fame, fortune, and maybe their mind in the process. But TechLead is somebody that before Saturday, I didn't really know who he was. I've seen his videos in the sense that I've scrolled past them, but in large part, I've always just seen him as just another tech bro, someone who talks about tech online, probably on par with Andre Jenk, and the likes of the Primogen and all of those people. Like, they're just tech bros. They talk about tech. They talk about finance. Boom. But maybe I should have taken a deeper look into at least TechLead when I first saw his content, because it became quite apparent that he gives off a level of divorced dad energy that isn't normal. It's off the charts, in fact. And you know it's something serious when I stopped during whatever I was doing in the middle of the weekend to take notes because of some of the stuff I said. So I'm going to be fair here in the sense of saying TechLead is not somebody that I see as an authority on anything. But I do respect the fact that he's a content creator. And as a content creator, there are aspects of his content that I see that make his content appealing. Now, I'm not here to really talk about so much the content that he creates, because he's allowed to create content whatever he wants. But I will say, his complaint about people being mean to him or him playing the victim plays into the content generation thing, which chef's kiss. I respect it. You feel me? I respect the hustle. Game recognized game. You get people to clickbait your shit. I'm talking about you. It's working. But in one of these videos down here, he literally starts the conversation off by saying, "Hello, poor people," after an accusation of him scamming people has been brought to light, right? So there's a level of aggression that he has towards people, and then he feigns ignorance or he feigns to be the victim. And we have another YouTuber whose video we'll watch a little bit of, who has the receipts on this guy, because I don't have no receipts on him. But for him to make a video 3 weeks ago that says tech is dead, and then how he quit tech 3 days ago, and then he's still here talking about tech, Apple Intelligence. And granted, he's talking about the fall of it, but and actually this video, me and him agreed a lot on certain things about the Apple Intelligence. We both agreed on it's more of a branding. Is at this point it's a rush to brand things. But it's these videos right here where he's pushing a Bitcoin and using his pseudo expertise as a reason for you to believe him. So before we get into that article, let's take a look at what happened. So, and I just wanted to say, my reason for believing that he's probably a scammer is because in 2021, they were talking about him being a scammer. So him scamming another few million people kind of rings true. YouTuber TechLead accused of scam as million token plummets. Gee, I wonder why. Almost a year ago till today. 2 years ago till today. TechLead, a popular YouTuber with over 1.1 million subscribers, launched a token called Million last week. Man, this has all the telltale signs of a scam. I'm going to try and point out the telltale signs of a scam. That's going to be the objective of today's show. I'm going to point out 5 ways to tell this is probably a scam. Number 1, they named the token something flamboyant, like million. like to incite a certain level of FOMO. Like like if someone's, and this is all about marketing. Do you ever wonder why back in the olden days all the companies used to be called like AAA pizza downtown or AAA donuts? Is because when listings were made for the yellow pages, oh my goodness, I'm dating myself. For all you people that don't know, before we had Google Maps and Yelp and shit like that, if we wanted to find what restaurants were around us, every month or so they would do a census of all the restaurants. You had to submit the restaurants' names, and then they would put all of these names into a yellow book with yellow pages. And then they'll throw this book onto your front porch, and you would collect hundreds of thousands of these books in order to keep track of phone numbers, addresses, and things like that for restaurants. But in order to make sure you had the top listings, because someone's not going to scroll all the way to the pizza section, you would just list yours as AAA Pizza Hut, and you would always show up at the top of the book. So it's a marketing scam. It says not a scam, but a marketing technique, and this is the same thing. You put million in front of the thing, it just is appealing. Number two, someone who's willing to take advantage of the fact that they have a large following and want to manipulate that. It's one thing to, sell something you believe in, something you're doing, but to truly take advantage of your audience. He makes a complaint about how his content isn't getting the views that he wants it to get anymore. And reality is because he's not making quality stuff. He's not making the stuff that brought him 1.1 million people. He's making shit coins to sell to them. It's not very lucrative. Also, another thing, number three, type of FOMO, but also saying stuff along the lines that, this is the next big thing. If someone's ever telling you to invest in something because this is going to be the next big thing and they have that much faith, why don't just ask them to give you the down payment on whatever. Hey, just loan me $300. If it's going to be as booming as you think it's going to be, I'll give you 100% back or whatever you put into it. Test their own fate against themselves. It's one of the best ways to get people to leave you. Like, people want to get you to, that one high school friend that hit you up on Facebook and it's like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? And you're like, oh, cool, man. Long time no see. How's the friends and family? Everything's great. So do you have life insurance? Hey, man, just give me the down payment for the policy and I'll be glad to sign up. Let's start doing that. I promise you they'll stop talking to you. They'll leave you alone. They'll leave you alone. So that's three. FOMO, and then ask for the down payment. And then the fifth one will come to me. The account that minted the token was found to have dumped large batches of the token on the open market and now trading at 64% off record highs. TechLead, a YouTuber with over 1.1 million subscribers, has been accused of scamming his community after he launched his own cryptocurrency. TechLead accused of dumping followers. TechLead, a former Google and Facebook employee turned YouTuber with over 1.1 million followers, has been accused of conducting a pump and dump scam with newly launched cryptocurrency Million. The token, which launched July 1st, has a hard cap of 1 million tokens. TechLead claims the token price cannot fall below $1 as each token is backed by one of his own money. So this is a very interesting thing that he's pronouncing or saying. He's saying that all the money he has, the $1 million, you can at least be guaranteed $1 for the token because he's put $1 million of his own dollars up front, which is something to remember. It is as described the decentralized digital currency for millionaires by millionaires. And since the launch of TechLead aggressively prompted the token on his social media channel and YouTube video and uploads, and the day of the token. At the time of the token, it went up to $13, which is great and everything's great. But remember, this is from 2 years ago, right? This is from 2 years ago. And he literally has a video about how he stopped making money. And Matt Stark, you're mentioning, he has a video that says he's sorry I never worked at Google, not sure if he had. That's hilarious. So he is the epitome of fake it till you make it. And I gotta respect his hustle, because there's no way There's no way you should be believing this dude. There's no, and the only reason why you believe him, and if we're keeping it real, is because he wears glasses and he sits in front of a computer. That's the only reason why you believe him. I promise you, if I put on glasses, I would be perceived as 7% smarter. There's no way you should be able to take this type of person serious. But moreover, he then, less than 7 months ago, he comes back with another Bitcoin ETFs will make me rich. His contact, and then literally, so this is 7 months ago. So then, literally 5 months ago, so 2 months after he made that video, he comes out another one. Bitcoin ETF crash is over. He's basically saying the money is open, it's free for everybody, and it just doesn't really make sense, you know. And this isn't someone that we define as a reliable source. When I learned about dividends and stocks and things of that nature, I learned about them through watching YouTubers, yes. But every last one of those YouTubers, Andre Jank being one of the best I've ever seen, seemed to be one of the more level-headed and told the risk and showed his own portfolio. Now, I'm not sure, and like I said, I couldn't help myself to get through this person's content, as I just found him to be a little bit off-putting. He's very mean in his videos for no reasons. Like, there's videos where he's telling people, quit learning how to code, stop learning how to program. There's so much about him that makes him very unapproachable and dare I say lackluster, and you're just not going to garner or keep an audience by being mean to them. I don't know if there's too many people who are okay with just getting dunked on constantly as a community. JB, if you want to send me that, GB, if you want to send that to me, send it to me on Discord. but it's just one of those things where he's like this. But you know, that's what happens with it right here. But we then get into 2022 when the scam is revealed and people have questions for him, and he ends up making a copyright strike on people who use his likeness or his videos to do reactions. And he takes down several people's videos on YouTube, which is, you know, if we're just keeping it real as a content creator, you don't do that. If someone wants to take this clip and say, hey, Hero's a dumbass because he's talking shit about TechLead, hey, God bless you. Go to work. Have at it, Hoss. Right? But I think it's kind of depressing when a content creator knows he's wrong about something and can't take the reign, right? I know it's your window, but you got to be able to stand the rain. What do I mean? Let's look into it.
Today we got called out for pioneering the field of exposed content. No one's ever heard of this before until we did it, apparently. So I want to talk about it.
It's
I want
like
to talk
Inception.
about the biggest cry bully on the internet. That is,
I'm reacting to something he
TechLead.
reacted.
You guys know people like this. They like to bully people until all of a sudden they get a little bit of pushback and they start crying. Oh no, I can't believe I'm the victim. I'm the victim of my own actions. So we're going to talk a bit about that today. If you guys don't know, Internet Anarchist made a video summarizing a lot of TechLead's various scandals. It's called How Coffeezilla Destroyed YouTube's Worst Tech Channel. Goes over a million token, trend black. A lot of the ancient lore that some of you guys don't know about. Anyway, TechLead, copyright strike.
And, you know, shout out to this creator for being bold enough to do this, but he's about to get into basically how videos of his have been copyright, and pay attention to the exact moment when he says he's literally using my video in his video about copyright striking people. And I get the feeling that this dude, TechLead, very much believes he sniffs his own farts. He thinks they smell good. Because he gasses himself up, and I think that there's a such thing as definitely gassing yourself up and making sure that you feel good about yourself. But man, there is a such thing as you're not gonna survive if you jump off that bridge. You're not more human than a human. In the great words of, I think, what's that, Power Man 500?
That video took it down and then made a video called The Scam Tuber Industry, where he copes and seethes about the fact that people can have an opinion about the things that you do in this world, and how he's decided that if you make a video about him, he's going to copyright strike your video because, quote, he can, and he owns all the rights to all his videos. You can't make a video about it because if you use his identity at all, he's going to copyright strike your channel. Now, as you guys know, this is not new. He's been doing this for 5 years. He did this with Trend Black. He did this with, now, Internet Anarchist. But I want to talk about this video. We're not going to go into too much detail with the Internet Anarchist stuff because, frankly, the video's back. I mean, it got copyright striked, but thankfully, the TechLead took his video down. The video's back. It got very well discussed with Moist Critical's video. So instead, I want to focus on the parts of this video that nobody talked about. He starts with an insane claim basically saying, scam tubers are this new industry and I created it.
It's all expose content. They're just trashing other big YouTubers. And this is really in the wake of a field pioneered by CoffeeZilla.
That's right, guys. I pioneered the genre of criticizing people. I did it. You know, thank you. Thank you. I'll take my award now, my Pulitzer Prize. But there's another part of this which I want to focus on where he says that this field that I pioneered apparently does no journalism. This is a big claim of his. He says no journalism has been done.
For the views. And they really...
The thing about it is, you know, one thing I'll say about this, there is a demographic of people who just talk shit on the internet and don't really back their stuff up. And there's this discord about like how legitimate some people are on YouTube. But to sit here and say that some of the most integrated and aggressive investigations aren't done by YouTube super sleuths is a wild accusation. Think about how many things you've Googled on YouTube and your YouTube video about changing your oil or whatever. Like, YouTube has great content. And, you know, a great way of telling if something is based or not was that dislike to like ratio. But we also know that sometimes it has the opposite effect. For example, my Assassin's Creed video on this channel is super bad ratio, but the ratio, that's not designed to tell you if the video is trash or not. That's designed to tell you how mad people were that I had an opinion, right? And it also probably was a trash video.
Really have zero journalistic integrity, right? They're not seeking the truth. A real journalist would confirm their sources. They would conduct their own interviews and seek what the truth is and have a full story for you. But these people, they really oftentimes just weave one side of a narrative, weave some compelling story, and then just put it out there without even asking for the other side of the story.
Oh, can you believe poor TechLead, who copyright strikes people who criticize him? He just wishes they would reach out to him. Well, that's exactly what we did. He says that I caused all his problems, whatever. I have gone to TechLead over and over and over for comment, going back to the Trend Black situation, which I think we should talk about, but also the million token stuff. And that's actually where I want to start. I went to him. He says nobody goes to him. Nobody hears his side of the story. People just make videos without going to him. The video we're all talking about, the million token stuff, I went to him. Hey, I'm making a video about million token. You know, you said you put $1 million of your own money. I can't see that. And then also he was running ads on it. His response to me is, hey, long time no chat. Your channel's been fire lately. Even I've been enjoying the content.
And maybe this is the context that I needed right here. I enjoy this level of context because this is a creator talking to a creator. And this goes into my deeper theory that TechLead's persona isn't the real thing. It's the persona he uses to make content. He's in this whole entire message, he's going to basically deflect all questions. He's not going to take any questions, and he's just going to continue to make it hard. Like, he's not going to answer the question. And that leads me to believe that, because TechLead isn't dumb, but he does know how to engage an audience. And there's a group of people on this road that can do it. I don't know if you've ever tried streaming or tried making content, but for you to get 100 views on a video that isn't based in a meta, good luck. And I totally get it. So I get why he does this. I get why TechLead is the way he is. And this is what makes me believe that he's just putting on a persona. But if he is serious, and the part which makes me believe he is serious is the fact that he is copyright striking people for real. And that's the fifth way you know a scam is happening. When people start asking questions or start to post receipts or start to question you, and instead of you coming up with an appropriate response, you decide to say, no, I'm just going to remove you from the conversation, there's a 99.9999 chance you're probably in a scam, bro. You're probably in a cult. You know, get out. Get out. I'm part of the problem. I get it. I'm reacting to a reaction of reaction, but once again, like his videos just were popping up over and over and over again. I don't know if I'll ever be able to take him serious, but I guess I just wanted to say, if you are taking advice from people on the internet, please make sure that you understand that these are just people like you. The only difference is they have 1 million people subscribed to them and you don't. Doesn't mean that your research is any less valuable or any more insightful than theirs. You are obligated to believe and take the advice that you want to take from people, but I traditionally wouldn't take advice from someone who starts their conversation off with you saying, hello, poor people. It's not a good look. And at least has the wherewithal to be like, hey, look, you know, I appreciate any conversation we have, because anytime we do talk finances on this channel, I preface it with, hey, look, I'm not a financial advisor, but, you know, I can be your hero if you need me. This is just a quick little rundown. I don't really know, like I said, TechLead is from content creation standpoint, I think he's one of the best. I think he's doing the damn thing. But him scamming his audience and shrugging, doing a Kanye shrug, that's fucking weak sauce. But like, share, subscribe. You guys know the routine on this. I just wanted to put this out there. It was something on my mind. If you know TechLead, tell him I would love to have him on the show.